The old man suddenly knelt down. The next second, a massive stone platform descended from above their heads. The surface of the stone was covered with leftover food scraps. The old man beside him looked as if he were seeing a feast. He stuffed the food into his mouth like a madman. The man, however, felt deeply nauseated. The old man still reminded him to eat something, because in this place there was only one meal a day. The man picked a relatively clean apple. He planned to save it for when he could no longer endure the hunger. Soon the stone platform began to descend again. The old man threw an empty wine bottle down below. He even spat down after it. At that moment, the man suddenly felt the room growing unbearably hot. The old man warned him calmly. Only when the platform stopped at their level and did the food truly belong to them. If they took food early, the temperature in the room would keep rising. Hearing this, the man immediately threw the apple away. Moments later, the temperature returned to normal. The next day, the old man once again knelt in front of the platform to eat. After finishing his meal, he shamelessly urinated on the prisoners below. Gradually, the man began to get used to this place. He started imitating the old man and wasting food as well. The two of them depended on each other to survive. They slowly adapted to this cruel environment. One night, a pungent and foul smell filled the room. The old man told the man that they were about to be reassigned to another level. When the man woke up, he found himself tied to the bed. The old man slowly walked toward him. Their level had been reassigned to floor 171. There would be no food at all. The old man pulled out a knife.
No es un buen sitio. ¿Lo entiende ahora? Es usted más joven y fuerte que yo. Tal vez no me atacara ni hoy ni mañana, pero con el tiempo empezaría a verme de otro modo. El hambre desata la locura. Y en esos casos es mejor comer que ser comido.
The old man came over holding a knife and gently stroked Jack's head. They had arrived at a very bad level. Jack saw the number 171 on the wall. There was no way for food to reach this level. To survive, the only option was cannibalism. To keep Jack's body fresh, the old man cut off and ate only one slice of flesh at a time. At that moment, a woman descended on the platform. She immediately knocked the old man to the ground. When Jack woke up, he saw the woman eating the old man's flesh. She even brought the meat to Jack's mouth. Unable to resist the hunger, Jack eventually ate it. Jack survived that month relying on the old man. When Jack woke up again, he had been assigned to level 33. His new cellmate was a woman who kept a dog. She ate very little every day and shared carefully portioned food with the people below. The woman was the prison administrator. She was terminally ill and wanted to improve the system, seeking a redemption for herself. Another month passed. When Jack woke up, he found himself on level 202. The woman beside him had already committed suicide. Jack looked downward but still couldn't see the bottom. He completely broke down. He covered the woman's body, but after a few days, his hunger grew unbearable. In the end, he couldn't resist it anymore. He picked up a shard of glass and walked toward the woman. Jack treated his cellmates as food and was assigned to level 6. This time, Jack's roommate was Danny. Danny begged the people above to pull him up with a rope, but just as he was about to make it up, the people above suddenly let go. Fortunately, Jack managed to grab him, but the rope was gone. Danny fell into despair. Before long, the food arrived. The food on this level was abundant, but on the levels below, people began to waste it. Jack came up with an idea. No one above level 50 should eat because they had already eaten enough. They met a wise man. The wise man suggested keeping one intact dish as a signal to let the upper levels know the message from below. They chose panna cotta as the signal. When they reached level 51, the two of them began rationing food to the prisoners. As they went further down, they saw corpses everywhere. They continued downward. All the food was gone, leaving only the untouched panna cotta. On level 333, there was only a little girl. She was starving, staring at the panna cotta in Danny's hand. They watched the girl finish the panna cotta, and then they lost consciousness. When Jack woke up, he discovered that Danny had died from blood loss. The next day, Jack and the little girl rode the platform down to the very bottom of the prison. When the platform reached the ground, Jack walked into the darkness. The girl became the message and was sent back to the top on the platform. But what went up was the intact panna cotta with an extra strand of hair. This proved that the little girl never existed. This is a vertical prison. Chefs on the top level prepare piles of delicious food. The prisoners are allowed to eat freely. But is that really enough for people on hundreds of levels? Jack notices an old man sitting on the bed across from him. Before Jack can react, the old man suddenly kneels on the floor. As soon as the platform comes down, he starts stuffing food into his mouth. Jack takes a look. It is all just leftover scraps. Jack can barely stand it. The old man still reminds him that there is only one meal a day here. So Jack takes an apple, planning to save it for when he gets hungry. After the old man finishes eating, he even spits on the floor. Then the room begins to heat up. The old man says it is because Jack stole an apple. Food is not allowed to be kept. Otherwise, the temperature will keep rising until they are both burned alive. Hearing this, Jack throws the apple down. The temperature in the room quickly returns to normal. The next day, the old man again kneels in front of the platform to eat. After finishing his meal, he actually urinates on the prisoners below. Gradually, Jack gets used to this place. He starts imitating the old man and wasting food. He begins to rely on the old man to survive. He adapts to this brutal environment. One night, a sharp and foul smell fills the room. The old man tells Jack that they are about to be moved to another level. When Jack wakes up, he finds himself tied to the bed. The old man walks over. They have been assigned to level 171. There is no food at all. The old man pulls out a knife. The woman was dragged away by two men. Jack was extremely anxious up above. But before long, the woman returned to the platform. The two men never came back. Gradually, Jack got used to life there. He began to waste food just like the old man did. The two of them relied on each other to survive. They slowly adapted to this environment. Soon, a month passed. One night, a sharp, foul smell filled the air. The old man told Jack that they would soon be reassigned to a new level. When Jack woke up, he discovered that he was tied to the bed. The old man planned to kill Jack in 8 days. The 8 days passed quickly. Just as the old man made his move, the platform descended with a woman on it. She knocked the old man down in one strike. When Jack woke up, he saw the woman eating the old man's flesh. She even held the meat up to Jack's mouth. Unable to resist his hunger, he ate it. Jack survived that month by feeding on the old man. When Jack woke up again, he found himself on level 33. His new cellmate was a woman. Anne ate very little each day. She also carefully rationed food for the people on the level below. A few days later, that same woman came down again. Seeing that she was injured, the two of them hurried to carry her inside and treat her wounds. Jack suddenly woke up in a panic. He saw the two women fighting. It turned out that Anne's pet had been eaten by the woman. Jack rushed over and quickly pulled them apart. The man almost fell into a deep pit. Luckily, Jack acted in time and pulled him back. He washed the filth from his face. Danny cried out loudly. This had been the closest he had ever come to the exit. But without the rope, he could no longer escape. The food on this level was abundant, but on the next level, people began to waste the food. Jack came up with an idea. No one above level 50 should eat because they had already eaten more than enough. They encountered a wise man. The wise man suggested they keep one complete dish as a signal. They chose panna cotta as the signal. It was meant to let the people at the top understand the message from below. When they reached level 51, the two of them began rationing food to the prisoners. As they went further down, they saw all kinds of corpses. They continued downward. All the food was gone, leaving only the panna cotta. They planned to send it back to the top with the platform. When they reached level 333, there was only a little girl. She was starving and stared at the panna cotta in Danny's hand. They watched as the girl finished eating the panna cotta. Then they lost consciousness. When Jack woke up, he found that Danny had died from excessive blood loss. The next day, Jack and the little girl got onto the platform. They descended to the very bottom of the prison. When the platform stopped at ground level, Jack walked into the darkness. The girl became the message and was sent back to the top by the platform.